Entrepreneurship and innovation are at the heart of Leaders of Tomorrow, and we strive to bring you the biggest interviews from India's biggest newsmakers, entrepreneurs, and game changers. With India eyeing the $5 trillion mark, it is imperative to create more entrepreneurs who can drive prosperity through their innovative ideas. Hello and welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow presents Winning Pitch, brought to you by Wadhwani Foundation, a one-of-its-kind reality television program where we're inviting India's best entrepreneurs to come and pitch to the biggest jury and investors, all to stand the chance to win funding and mentoring. To help us on our journey, we will be joined by market veteran and founder MK Ventures, Madhu Kela, President and CEO Wadhwani Foundation Ajay Kela, creator and MD Thyrocare Velumani, serial entrepreneur and investor and partner growth story.in Ganesh, and founder and partner of 100x.vc Sanjay Mehta. Let's show you then which 6 companies in this episode have made it through to the shortlist to present before the jury. Before we go any further though, I want to show you which are the first 4 companies that pitched to the jury. Previously on Leaders of Tomorrow presents Winning Pitch, brought to you by Wadhwani Foundation, our first 4 entrepreneurs pitched to our jury, and all of them managed to raise the interest of our investors.
Just order that product and it will be installed at your doorstep.
You need a debt plus equity.
Right now, what is the debt?
Right now, no debt.
No debt is a very bad thing in this kind of industry.
Can today's contestants manage to win over our jury? Let's see. Before we go ahead and show you the rest of the contestants for the evening though, let's hear from our process partner Mazars on the quality of contestants, the diversity and the industries that they represented.
The participants ranged from their age profiles. Many of them were very young, passionate entrepreneurs. Some of them we had noticed, had a real zeal to give and to create a big impact, social impact. Some of them really had an idea to develop and utilize technology and digital platforms to get their business to the next level. And many of them, while were engaged in some of the traditional businesses, but had really some ideas for digitizing their businesses and using some of the digital platforms to take their businesses to the next level.
Our first startup of the night is Healthcare Scientific, a company that aims to make innovative health devices.
Do you think cancer is dangerous? It is. By the time we'll end this pitch, we will lose 2 more people. The problem is the patients are not being screened at the primary level of these cancers. Healthcare Scientific is working on 2 deadliest cancers, oral cancer and cervical cancer.
We are developing our own patented primary screening devices, OROS for oral screening and CO for cervical screening. Our device uses AI camera and app-based data saving technology to give predictive analysis of the using machine learning.
This is the alpha version of OROS. It allows doctors to capture images of the fluorescent oral cavity. Fluorescence allows doctors to see abnormalities that are not present under the white light. And this is the alpha version of CO. It allows doctors to get the high quality images of the biomarked cervix. Both of these devices can capture images, edit, save, and transfer them to the remote experts. Using these images, experts can track the patient progress.
Through LOT platform, we are requesting visionary people to join us with a fund request of $2 million USD against equity sharing. We have plans to spend this money on new team, new product developments, marketing of these products, and the company operations. This 100% bootstrap company and profitable company is aiming to clock 500,000 turnover this year through our already developed portfolios. Thank you all.
Are you looking at molecular level or are you looking at morphology level? What is the percentage it predicts, correct? Because if you have got a predictable solution, you are billionaire.
Sir, actually, currently our products use, so Oros uses fluorescence. So it doesn't detect cancer. What it does is detects abnormalities. So some of the oral abnormalities are not visible under white light. So fluorescence.
So it gives visibility. You are only giving a better visibility inside a canal by sending a camera there and making it seen in a large screen.
Doesn't this require long regulatory approvals?
In India, it requires, our product requires an FDA and CE certification. We are planning to apply it next year.
As an investor, this is a 0-1 game. Either you get it or you don't get it, right? So what happens if your funding dries up?
Funding will not stop our vision to implement this product in the market. That's the first point. So we will be working on the money which has been kept aside out of a profit, and we'll put it in the product, and we have wished to launch this product.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
A round of applause for Healthcare Scientific. Our next startup, Isana Systems, is on a mission to create a digital collaboration platform for wellness experts. Can its business model impress the jury? Take a listen.
We are building the digital collaboration platform for stakeholders to coordinate and provide the coordinated care to their end patients. So it starts from digital marketing, onboarding the patients, managing the appointments, getting entire assessment, then making the prescriptions and payments and follows for the next appointments. So we have built this technology based on the blockchain, primarily so that multiple stakeholders can work and collaborate together on the distributed ledger. Okay? At the same time, we create the untampered, immutable patient data records, which can be accessed with all privacies maintained by the multiple stakeholders. On top of that, we can build certain AI technologies where we are actually providing health scores as well as the recommendation engine for the insurance. We are looking for 3 crore rupees of seed round with the 20% of the equity.
Adil, we are just out of time.
Yeah.
So if we can go to questions from the jury.
Wanted to know why you have used blockchain and what kind of blockchain platform you are using across, and the speed of transaction on blockchain is predominantly very slow. Why would you take blockchain for this?
So blockchain is going to be data store. It is not coming in the transactional path.
What platform do you use for blockchain? Which
So
platform?
we are using Hyperledger Fabric, and we have experimented with the BigChain DB as well as we have experimented with the Hyperledger Iroha. But finally, we are actually implemented on the Hyperledger Fabric.
Okay, so my recommendation would be blockchain doesn't go into this as a technology. Again, it's your call, your company. Secondly, while you are asking across, as an investor saying that you want 3 crore, why would you put 20 to 20%? Investor will go for 22 only.
Yeah, please take the feedback from the investor. He is a potential investor. Take that as the feedback and use that when you pitch later.
Sure.
Okay,
I will definitely. Thank you.
I still didn't understand the clear-cut commercial business model. Can you simplify that for me?
Fundamentally, we are providing the collaboration platform which provides the entire digitization experience to the stakeholder. Starting from digital marketing, appointment management, onboarding patient assessment, payments, prescriptions, follow-up, everything. This actually increases the effectivity of the end stakeholder. Okay, so either they can get more time to address more patients, or using this platform, they can address in more depth to the existing patients.
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you very much for that.
All the best.
A huge round of applause. Those were some nail-biting presentations we have seen on the part of our shortlisted candidates. We'll continue all that action and excitement on the other side of the short break. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. With us here on Leaders of Tomorrow presents Winning Pitch, brought to you by Wadhwani Foundation. Before the break, we showed you how our shortlisted candidates held up under the intense grueling by our jury members. Take a look at the rest of the action. Solar is the future. Can Loom Solar Energy, our next startup, be the driver of change in the solar sector? Decide for yourself.
This picture says a lot. Where we are heading and what's their fault. Moving from fossils to renewables is the only future I can see. And let's do this for a better future with Loom Solar. We envision making clean energy available and affordable for everyone at your doorstep. As a bootstrap venture in 2015, I started this company. In 2016, we got associated with Indian Oil, and in 17, we did projects with Hero MotoCorp. In 2018, we received ISGF Innovation Award. In 2019, we expanded our operations in Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Kerala. We offer two kinds of system. One is on-grid system, and second is with battery storage system. On-grid system are those without batteries, that is with the grids, and battery storage systems are those that is with batteries, and that is through a combination of grid and batteries. We work on two models. One is CapEx, where client has to put up all the investment, and one is pay-as-you-go. In pay-as-you-go, the corporate clients and the small residential clients both have the option to pay through power purchase agreement after they get the electricity. We have sectoral presence in three sectors. One is commercial, second is residential, and third is government and social sectors. The growth which we have achieved, and the number says a lot. We started with a zero. Last year, we achieved a turnover of 3.37 crore. And this year, we are targeting 9 crore, in which we have achieved 6 crore of turnover till now in the books. So what is our USP? So quality, design, network, process, and technology. We have simplified a process of going solar through paperwork, through licensing, through proper arrangements of requirement which is there. Now, when you go solar, it takes 3 months to get a solar installation because of the process involved, because of the paperwork involved. So we want to simplify that. So it would be like you just want to go solar, there's a full steps available, and you just come in and we'll install it. So we want to, our vision is to see that solar industry will be as a consumer durable, going to a market, going to a supermarket, just order that product and it will be installed at your doorstep. That's how we want to see that product.
Are you raising money or what is it? Are you raising money?
Yes, for the open access projects.
How much?
We are looking to raise 50 crore rupees.
And what would you value your company with 9 crore revenue?
We are valuing around 200 crores.
Just a suggestion. See, this is a slightly different model than the earlier model that have been presented, the typical venture capital investor model that is there, because there is hardcore assets, and in the non-capex model, the assets are being used to generate revenue. Yes. So instead of, my suggestion would be, instead of saying 50 crore at 200 crore valuation and all that stuff, you need to break it up into some equity component and some debt component. Debt component can have a different return profile and all of that stuff. But I leave that to Madhu Kela and Sanjay to really see how to structure this,
Listen what he's saying. You need a debt plus equity. So you should go for a venture debt plus venture capital. That's how the structuring
right
has
now,
to be.
what is the debt?
Right now, no debt.
I mean, no debt is a very bad thing in this kind of industry because it's capex intensive, right? So I think equity is not the only solution. As Ganesh said, a good ratio, proper ratio would help.
Yeah, I think with 9 crores in revenue and seeking a valuation of 200 crores, you'll have a tough time getting an audience with the investors.
Thank you so much, Judy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for listening.
Our next startup tech expert provides a full toolkit of engineering services for businesses. Can this experienced engineer impress our jury? Take a look.
This company, Tech Expert Consortium LLP, is a industry technology startup. Our expertise and our focus on this platform is about Industry 4.0 for manufacturing, power, utilities, and steel companies.
This is a services business and you've been there for 3.5+ years.
Right, sir.
And generating revenue in the 40 lakh range.
Right.
What's the traction doesn't seem to be there. What do you think will change?
We have now stepped also into supplies. So purely services does not take into so far because the realizations are too less. So with supplies and then getting into the platform of 4.0, which I said is the trends that we can actually value add.
You require a good financial advisor, clearly, to be able to do it. The numbers, the ask, forget the valuations and all that. All that does not ask, because the use of funds is important. You are working to solve a problem of the industry. You are not, it starts with the industry problem. You will get the next first 4.0, industry 4.0 client. You will start working on it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
All
so
the
much.
best.
Yuri.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. A huge round of applause. Our next company, Sixth Sense Technology, is focused on saving lives by safeguarding drivers and passengers through their unique product line.
So we have this car here which goes from 0 to 100 in less than 5 seconds and might cost around $100,000. And you have, on the other side of the spectrum, you have the world's cheapest car, which might not even go to 100 kmph. What is the value of life in both these vehicles? It's same. So why only the expensive cars have the safety systems? And so the absence of most of the vehicles for the safety systems causes 13 lakh deaths in a year worldwide. And you would be surprised to know that 75% of these accidents could have been avoided if there would be a certain safety system in that. With that comes the ADAS. It's called Advanced Driver Assistance Systems. You see most of the portfolios here, features in ADAS, half of them we have in our portfolio. And the world is going towards that 67 billion market share by 2025. With that, we came up with aftermarket collision avoidance systems for all the vehicles on road. We are the first ones in India to do it. We have 6 products in our portfolio. So what is collision avoidance systems? It is a sensor which is fitted on the front bumper of the vehicle. Based on the distance, relative velocity, and time to collision, it will detect any obstacle in the front, and it will start giving alarms to the driver. It will automatically brake the vehicle if it is too close. We have a proven track record since we have fitted about 1,000 plus vehicles at leading private vehicles, even the STUs like state transport units, and even we are working with few of the OEMs. So how do we scale? We have a technological and a sales roadmap. In the technological roadmap, we want to develop the other side of the portfolio you saw in the ADAS features. We want to reduce the cost. We want to have interoperability with other players in the market. And also, we want to have a plug-and-play installation with most of the vehicles in the market.
What is the product price as of today you have?
So the product price ranges from 35 to 40,000.
What is the cost of it?
The cost goes up to 30,000.
What is reasons for such a high cost? What is
the high cost is basically the sensor which goes into it. It's an automotive radar system which it's difficult to manufacture.
Is it made here or it is purchased?
No, it is jointly developed, but it is not made in India.
The pricing is if it is making somebody else, some other country richer, you will not become richer. If you have to make common man to take that as a product, it should be somewhere 3,000 to 5,000 rupees.
I think, if you just take majority of the vehicles today are 5, 6, 7 lakh rupees which are sold in Indian roads. If you're talking of a 30, 35,000 rupee product to be put as an accident cover, you're talking of roughly 5-7% of the vehicle cost.
First of all, right now, whatever numbers that I have given, the installation that we have done is mostly in the commercial vehicles, which cost like 30 to 40 lakhs at least. So for them, 35 to 40,000 is not a big
I was just
dent.
coming to that.
Okay.
So I'm saying that so only commercial vehicle will qualify. Consumer, the cars and all will not be attracted to install these products.
So the 35 to 40,000 that I'm talking about is just the collision avoidance system. We have other products like alcohol detection and sleep alert, which cost in the range of 8 to 10,000 only. So that we are already installing in employee transportation vehicles.
If you are installing 50,000 such product, what will be your cost and what price will you sell it at? Instead of 1,000 which you are doing today, if you were to do 50,000 of these products,
the price can be brought down to as low as about 22 to 25,000.
No,
the collision avoidance system.
That is not a true volume. Yeah. In true volume, if you add one more zero, it should come down to half.
No, so with 50,000 units that you're talking about, that is what the OEM levels and that we're working with. It will be lesser than 15,000. I can definitely tell you that.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Paritosh. Thank you, Rajesh.
Thank you.
Our final startup this evening is GarageWorks, a doorstep service provider that delivers two-wheeler services to the use of its platform. Take a listen to GarageWorks.
Introducing GarageWorks to you. We are a managed marketplace, just like what we would call a Uber of mechanics. And we provide a doorstep service to the two-wheeler owners, where our mechanics travel to the customer site and they deliver the service in their parking itself, making it extremely convenient for them to avail the service and adapt to our services as well. The value proposition for our customers is they get used to the idea of doorstep service. We are in the convenience era where we have seen so many startups coming up and delivering convenience. Slowly and steadily, people are adapting to it. So we see this affinity growing. For our mechanics, we see they being able to earn a living through our system without even having to invest in our infrastructure. So how does this work? I mean, we are talking about customer booking a service with GarageWorks. And GarageWorks, diagnoses the issues and the requirements of the service and assigns skilled technicians and the spares to be able to fulfill the need of the customer. It's as simple as that.
We're just about out of time, guys. I'll have to go to the jury.
What happens if someone like Urban Clap, which is a service provider for so many services, adds on this service? How would you compete with someone like them? Because they already have an app, they already have a brand recognition, they're already servicing millions of customers.
So honestly, if you have availed two-wheeler services on Urban Clap, we are the service providers at the back end. So that's the whole thing. Urban Clap is a lead provider, operates on a lead provider or a service aggregator model. We are the service providers. We own the service experience. So that is the core differentiation between us and an Urban Clap.
So your uniqueness is that you are able to actually get thousands of mechanics and train them properly to be able to do it right every time.
Not only train them, but identify the right skill set of that mechanic and match it with the customer's requirement. We don't operate on a fastest finger first model. We don't operate on a geographical restriction, but we operate on the right skilled mechanic being matched to the task. So that ensures that a mechanic is not building a customer, is not gathering customers within a specified geography.
You have raised some money, which I saw across. How much money you have raised, at what valuation?
We raised 1.5 crores at a 8 crore valuation.
1.5 crore at 8 crore valuation.
Yeah.
Are these existing investors going to participate in this new round?
Yes.
Okay. And how much commitment you have for this 20 crore?
We've got somewhere around 2.5 crores. Yeah.
2.5 crore.
Yeah.
So you want to raise 20 crores now?
Yeah. Yes.
And what valuation?
So basically, we're looking at a 3 million broken into 1.5 million against equity of 20% dilution, and another 1.5 million commitment that we want on a convertible note, which would be 12 months down the line. So we're looking at a lock-in commitment of $3 million. 20 crores, 10 crores plus 10 crores.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you very much for that. A huge round of applause for GarageWorks. Thank you, Prabhu. As we're ending the show tonight, take a look at the score tally of who's leading and who's not at the end of these 6 contestants. The red and green lights on your screens indicating also an intention to invest on the part of the jury, a green light showing a favorable response. Those then were the top 6 companies that presented to our jury. Between part 1 and part 2 of the special series of Leaders of Tomorrow Presents Winning Pitch, brought to you by Wadhwani Foundation, we've shown you which the top 10 companies are that made it through to present before our jury. If you want to know which the other 10 companies are, do stay tuned to the rest of the special series. For this episode though, it's a wrap. Thanks for watching. Coming up in our next episode, we'll show you which the other 6 companies are that have presented to our jury. Do stay tuned.
6 months we have that tablet.
Big game.
Yeah.